It's often said that hitting a baseball is one of the hardest things to do in sports. And at the start of this season, some big leaguers tried to leverage technology to make it a little easier. What they got was this. It's called a torpedo bat.
It's moving the sweet spot, or the biggest part of the bat, in towards a player's hands.
El Paso native Kurt Gross has been handcrafting baseball bats in his hometown for 7 years. He and his business partner opened this shop, Overfly Sports, downtown, and started to build relationships with pro players.
We'll fabricate about 25,000 bats this year between the two facilities. And our bats travel the world, everywhere from Korea to Japan to Guatemala, throughout Mexico and throughout the United States, Canada.
Gross walked me through the process of how he makes these bats by hand. And it all starts with these rounded pieces of wood called billets.
We have a copy in the back, and these pointers that you see here are connected to knives in the front. So these will actually just trace the bat as it's coming through.
When it comes to bat making, precision is everything.
The computer still does a lot of work, but at the end of the day, there's a lot of handwork as well.
Once the measurements are right, he cuts off the ends and then weighs the bat.
31 ounces, within 1/100th of an ounce. Okay, so pretty close.
Next, it's time to stain the wood.
We'll let that dry for couple hours, and then we'll spray it with the different coats. Every bat will get 4 coats by the time it's done. 2 coats of like a primer, and then 2 coats of the lacquer. And then from there, it'll sit for 24 hours, and then we can ship it out to the player.
It only takes a few minutes to shape the bat and put on the first stain, but the finishing touches can take a few days. Gross says most of the requests for torpedo bats come from youth players rather than professionals.
I mean, we've seen an uptick in growth for sure, completely related to the torpedo bat craze. I think it's been good for everybody. It's brought attention to bat customization, and honestly, that's what we do best.
Baseball is no stranger to change. Over the years, we've seen tons of developments in equipment and technology, and often those sorts of things are tested at places like Southwest University Park in the minor leagues before they make it to the major leagues.
Over the years, there have been some subtle changes. Even 100 years ago, the handles were a lot thicker than they are now.
El Paso Chihuahuas broadcaster Tim Haggerty says some of the Chihuahuas players told him they gave torpedo bats a try during practice this year, but never used them on game day.
Baseball, like so many things in the world in 2025, we're looking at things scientifically with analytics, and all aspects of baseball have really been put under the microscope. And I think bats is an example of that.
Statistics from MLB.com and StatMuse show 20 players who tried the torpedo bat this season hit a combined .257 batting average. That's about 11 points higher than the league average of .246 with traditional bats. MLB doesn't officially track which bat is used in each at-bat, but these numbers suggest the torpedo bat might be giving hitters a slight edge.
I think as long as baseball's been around, teams have been trying to predict who will the best players be and how can we win this game, and now there's just a lot more ways to do that.
Gross says whether it's torpedo bats or standard bats, he's proud to give a piece of his hard work from the borderland to ball players worldwide.
The superstars are great, and that's what everybody naturally navigates to, but there are great executives in baseball, there are great coaches in baseball at all levels, and that's really, I've made some lifelong friends, in the 6-7 years that I've been doing this.
If you're interested in ordering one of these handcrafted bats, you can go to overflysports.com to see all of the different models they have available under the Bats tab right here. You can also, if you'd like, build your own bat to customize the wood type, the size, the weight, and the color. Paul Schultz, ABC 7.